gentlemen. Good morning. What a privilege it is for me to welcome each one of you today on this morning that is not just bright with sunshine, but also radiant with ideas, insights, and inspiration. We are gathered here to witness the unveiling of a truly extraordinary work, a scientific milestone that has the potential to shift paradigms and reshape our understanding of the universe as we know it. The book we launched today, titled Natural Universe Expansion, is a bold, brilliant, and deeply researched work authored by the man whose life has been dignified and defined by inquiry, conviction, and an unwavering pursuit for truth, Mr. Baldevkrishan Sharma. His book challenges long-standing assumptions in introducing a fresh perspective on the laws of nature, one that is very well inspire new pathways in scientific exploration. As a doctor, I have had this unique honor of seeing the journey unfold, witnessing the quiet intensity, the endless curiosity, and quiet determination that brought this vision to life. We are truly honored to have in our midst distinguished dignitaries, scholars, thinkers, and members of the fraternity. Your presence here today is a testament to the significance of this moment, not just for our family, but the world of science and human understanding. So thank you for being a part of this historic launch. Let's step together in the new realm of thought as we open the first page to the natural universe expansion. Welcome to the morning of ideas, impact, and intellectual breakthrough. Thank you so much. Then, may I request each one of you to please stand while I invite our dignitaries for the lamp lighting, and we will also chant the Gayatri Mantra. So, may I request our Chairperson, Dr. Jayaraman, a philosopher and guide. May I request Nidhi ma'am, please join us. Mr. Umesh, please join us. And the second son, please stop me. Dr. Barve, please write to finish. And sir yourself, please.
That's a way to but go get us get the money. The old now, let's go there. Oh, what's that's what make the running. Like the gold get us get the money. The old now, let's go there. Oh, what's that's a way to running. That go get us get the money. You now let's go there. God. Have it. It's like knowledge. Strike back, working others.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for participating in this auspicious thing, right? Let me now give a quick introduction of our dignitaries so we all know who they are. Dr. A.P. Jayaraman, our chairperson for today, a nuclear scientist, ARC President, STEM Academy, Principal Scientific Advisor of HSNC University, Chairperson, National Center of Science and Communication. Friends, he's been a friend, philosopher and guide. He's been the man behind his book, Even Skip the Light of the Day. I think he deserves a bigger round of applause. May I introduce Madam Lily Chaudhary, an IAS officer of 2012 of Maharashtra cadre.
Yeah.
Currently, she serves as Director of National Gallery of Modern Art, Mumbai. She is heading the Tourism Department, also in the cadre of next DCM under the Government of India, a very influential lady person. She works under the National Culture Ministry, promoting new innovations. So welcome, ma'am. Mr. Umesh Rathore, Innovation Manager, AICTE, MOE's Innovation Cell, Ministry of Education, Government of India, Mumbai, Maharashtra. And a beautiful book Umesh has launched today, Startup Theories, Examples and Activities, which you are written. Congratulations. Madam Nirmala Samani, Prabhamadikar, ex-mayor of Mumbai, advocate by profession and also chief functionary of Center of Study for Social Sciences. Welcome, ma'am. Mr. B.V. Ranganathan, retired civil officer from the IAS cadre. He has served at senior levels in the state and central governments. 37 years of service. He has also been a Multi Commissioner and with the Chief Secretary of Government of Maharashtra. Welcome, sir. Coming to our very own Dr. S.S. Barve.
What is that?
I was introduced to him as a scientist, as a philosopher, as a physicist, but today he is family. Dr. S. Barve, Deputy Director, KEC Scientific Research Center, PG Barve College Campus, Director Scientific Research. Welcome, sir. So with this, may I request Dr. Jayaraman to please take the center stage.
Because you need wish any time is first. Then I will be quiet. I accept. I'm getting it twice. Yeah, but then.
Mr. Suhas Nikam, Suhas Nayak Satam, Career, Science and Communication. Welcome, sir. So friends, with this, may I please hand over the mic to Dr. A.V. Jayaraman to take the proceedings forward. Thank you.
It's another statement of raw feelings about teaching and the difference. We have any couple on the that's all. And classic.
Good morning, all my colleagues.
Good.
Beautiful rhymes. It's an accidental guest I am here.
But
Why did I cross the road? In every management class, the teacher asks, why did the chicken cross the road? Why am I here now? Why am I not here elsewhere?
this is the bit earth.
There were two events. There is an event here where I should be. There's another event where I should not be. So this is a choice, the binary choice which we make good life. That's why I am. As I have been described as a friendly philosopher and guide, I am very unfriendly to you, very critical of some of your functions. Not a philosopher. To be a philosopher, one has to be on metaphysics and physics, which I have not studied. Then I have graduated the maximum positive. The cheapest commodity in this world is guidance. Mathematician skill, professional skill. They will not do it on that hand. So these are the three virtues which I have improved, but they are the actual vices. And only Chidata. Apart from that, what is the reason for me to be here? A book is gone. Very few of us are authors. To write a book is very difficult. Why to read a book is not difficult. In these days of declining readership, giving authorship to a book, not one but two. And that on a subject which passes above our rights.
Yeah.
On cosmology, we don't know even the village where we live. And then they are swinging about Australians. That is why I have put in enough courage that we should have this next thing. And now, when I look at the content of the book, I get absolutely confused. More confused than confused. He speaks about who's constant?
My body was how here's constant.
Most of you would have got a bubble.
Yeah, it ever.
You are in trouble, and whenever you are in trouble, you get into a bubble, it will burst. This bubble is not known, is generally known in MSc Physics, or to those who go into astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmology, not other books. And he has a constant. None of us like constants. We don't like how constant goes. We don't like anybody constant like hope. We want constantly dynamic transient conditions within us, rarer and different diverse perceptions at every point of time. That is what we look for. Diversity is what we look for, not monotony or monogamous techniques. That being so, this Hubble said there is a constant. Students like constants. I mean, Edwards constant, God, the boys was constant, Planck's constant, Stephen's constant, all constants. Easy to number. Edwards constant, 6.03 into 10 to the power of 10. If somebody says like Baldevkrishan Sharma that it's not 6.03, 6.029, I will sure. And I guess you're not going to write that down. Never play with the numbers, particularly with the constants evolved by emissions. That's precisely what he has done. Hubble's constant. Hubble's constant tells you about the origin of the universe. When did this universe begin? In a Big Bang, it is in black. And that number is very important because it is the 9 days, whether it's 64 or 74 is divided. And if you look at the contemporary researches on that subject, it's very large numbers. To which he has added another glorious number. To add a number to a number which has been very highly agitated thing, which they call the Hubble confusion, to which he has added to the conclusion. Correct. He added one more number. That's what he has done. So to add a number, he has done his own calculations. Now, you bind your calculation, my friends, only. The general nature of human psychology is to be certainly with anyone. And in science, you are most skeptical, most primitive. If my friend says something, I should not say. So business of any other science is to attack you violently, vehemently, to the extent possible. Science thrives by this conflict. So I am not going to comment on the number because I have been competitive on it. So it's for the learned discourse here, look into what that Hubble's number is, how we are. And it's not enough to write something, to put it down in black and white in a good book. We can say something in that way, as long as media is not there. But I think this is a media conference that we can give reported for what you said or what you did not say or what you thought. So therefore, he has written down in the textbook. It is for the critics and the captain to look at that number and their own interpretations. Remember, the worldwide memory was parity. It's only in a hostile atmosphere that scientific facts you can't achieve. If everybody says this is good and great, it is a very short half-life. So we look forward, continued heated debates on the subject. The number will be right, and the mathematical methods will be applied with deriving the answers. Let me end that. But today, that number is being shouted out. This occasion, we are all here to shout out that number. Hubble's constant refueled by the budget charge. So that very small interaction has stopped me and let things proceed.
May I just take the time to say a few words?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I have attended the science coaching school first time, so I have been in public service for over 20 years now. As I've been in the audit and account circuits and now ideas. And although I am not from science, but philosophically also, even cultural Indian philosophy has been believable in lots of possibilities. And in that context, when you are challenging a constant, you're being truly Indian. And in that sense, I would like to appreciate the idea that a theory which has been there for many years now is being cherished by leaders, scientists, opinion cosmologists. When it comes to cosmology, unfortunately, the Western world is evolving now, and we have been evolved for thousands of years. In National Gallery of Modern Arts, when I joined as director, the first exhibition that was there was on Ramayana. And there was a beautiful artwork which was on the third gallery in my premises. It was दीवार स्टाइल डोर्स राजस्थान में बनाया जाता है वो, और उसमें हर डोर पे एक कहानी थी रामायण की. उसमें एक कहानी जो मुझे सबसे अच्छी लगी और मैंने पहली बार ही उसमें वो कहानी एक पेंटिंग के तौर पर देखी थी. In that story, it is time for Lord Ram to depart the earth now. He knew that as long as Hanuman is around, he would not let him go. Hanuman is Chiranjeevi, he would not let him go. So Hanuman ji ने भगवान श्री राम ने अपनी बुगरे का अंगूठी पाताल लोक में गिरा दी और हनुमान जी पाताल लोक में जा चले गए अंगूठी ढूंढने के लिए. वहाँ बहुत सारी अंगूठियाँ थी. अल्टीमेटली उनको भगवान श्री राम की अंगूठी मिली और वो जाने लगे. तो पाताल लोक के द्वारपाल ने उनसे कहा कहाँ जा रहे हो? श्री राम के पास जा रहा हूँ. तो द्वारपाल ने कहा कौन से राम? बहुत सारे राम अब तक हुए हैं और बहुत सारे राम किसी और ब्रह्मांड में इसी तरह की घटनाएं कर रहे हैं. ये सारी जो अंगूठियाँ तुमने देखी ये राम ने ही दी थी, राम ने ही फेंकी थी. And it has somewhere changed this entire ideology, philosophy that we live in one universe. In that story somewhere, Lord Hanuman is being told by that Dwarapal that there are many verses, many multiverses which exist. And in those multiverses, Lord Ram has existed many, many times, and he will come back again and again. Hanuman will come back again and again, and the same story will be repeated in many verses. So authors not scientifically may be correct, may not be correct, but today somewhere then people are talking about multiverses. They are also somewhere talking about the same kind of story in a different, bit more complex way. I hope and pray that by your book also, as humans, when we read the books, we realize that this planet Earth, when it was captured by Voyager for the first time, it was a pale blue dot. And since then, humans, those who saw that picture, realized that Earth itself in the universe is a pale blue dot. And on that pale blue dot, we are there for very short duration. So it will make us humble. So Hubble को reject करके या उनको आपने जो भी नया hypothesis दिया है, all the bubbles that have existed will be busted for sure. And Lord theory will also expand this immensely. At the same time, it will bring a lot of humility in us when we will accept that we are here for a very short span of time. And in this entire vast cosmos, which is expanding, ever expanding, ever expanding, I don't know, so is it going to tell more expansion? If it is going to tell it, in that case, we are definitely there just for a narrow moment and just for a little bubble. So let us be all humble and be true humans and truly good and loving and caring to each other. This is what all I can say. And I'm sure everybody is keen to hear from us. I will definitely take notes from other colleagues who are present here. I have another event lined up in my ministry also, and I will take, sir, please allow me to leave today. I will be reading your book in entirety and will definitely try to have more better understanding of cosmology in some sense. My current understanding is this only that we are very little. We're very, very little, and let us be polite and humble to each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Come. May I request to wait? Please come and say your words. They cannot. Actually, one case, but how many things we have a function or just words and a session.
It's what the successful inflection of the Jayaraman and which was really nice to do for TV show they have talking about the child game outbring to it was challenge to very household. Writing a book obviously is a big task as a and I have written 3 books of first one in 2017 and then the third book which ma'am talked about was a project during Corona. When it started I said there is nowhere going now. We will be stuck at home and what to do with that brain which is kind of bubbling there and there, so putting the resources to use. And that's where the concept came in, like how we can bring everything together and provide it some format of it. Writing a book is a challenge, and then another challenge which we as Indians always face is challenging the status quo of the West. Right? So I think that's the biggest thing. Let's have a big applause for Baldev sir. Making a dent into the ecosystem and also kind of giving a new thought, new dimension to the discussions happening around cosmology and the way the people understand and teach. I remember as a kid, we all, I think, whoever is sitting there has always learned that there are 9 planets. But I don't know whether you are aware, your kids are now learning and they teach only about air. So science is very interesting. Whatever we have learned, there could be a time where everything can completely change. And I really like that approach which sir has brought in. When you talk about manufacturing, and I'll talk about Viksit Bharat here, because today that notion has come that we are able to challenge the Western, status quo, whatever they have published, undermining our Indian ethos or whatever we have created in the, kind of a legacy. Maybe the content, maybe the, Arthashastra or, whatever we have published in the past. So coming to that understanding and then talking about Viksit Bharat, today when we manufacture also, Western countries undermine us. We've made vaccines. They were not anticipating India to come up vaccines. So we need more and more people like Baldev to challenge that status quo, to bring India on the top. Why? Because whoever is driving everything, we are going towards a direction. Now that direction has to have a right momentum and it should be on the right flow. So I think India can do it better, looking at the global crisis which is happening around. So we need more people like you, sir. You inspire us. The kind of initiatives you have taken, the kind of initiatives your foundation has done. I think we need many multiplications for it. So congratulations for you and to the whole team at that you are. We are at your discretion. Whatever your inputs, we will definitely like to take and shape future of science and education within the country. Thank you so much.
So, thank you, Rishi. Change is definitely push constant. Nirmala, may I request to say a few words, please?
Baldevkrishan Sharma ji, a big scientist, and what should I say that everything is written here. So I thank you for inviting me, and I thank Raymond and others for giving me a wonderful opportunity to be here. I never thought that I will have mic and to speak, but once given a mic, it was like basically a political scientist. Politics goes for science of human behavior. So therefore, I think that with humble linguist, I would say that I won't speak it, I won't speak much. I first of all congratulate you because the earlier speaker, whatever he has said is absolutely right, that the Western world feels that they are great and India is only throwing yoga, spirituality and other things and so on. But I think that science is based on observation, it is a fact, limited knowledge, observations, experimentation and logic. Beyond that, I don't think there will be another this one. So they come to the conclusion based on continuous observation. How long they can observe, and whatever new thing comes, they write it down, invention, innovations, and logic ultimately, hypothesis. But spirituality, which is also science, what I feel, and it's equivalent to this real science. I think people like you also give more importance. Spirituality doesn't mean adhyatma, matlab wo mala japo, goodbye. No, it is a science, uplifting the individual, is scientific thinking. Spirituality, if anybody asks me, is a scientific thinking of uplifting the humanity. Human behavior, humanity, uplifting. Once it's human behavior is uplifted, automatically there will be good development. India is known for that, uplifting. हम सबको साथ में लेके जाते हैं, then we go together and make a progress. If we come together and make a progress of the world, I think this destruction which is Western world is, killing all that and using all the scientific weapons, growth and all that. We don't want all that. We want peace and absolute experimentation. How universe is expanding. How we are, just Nidhi said, that we are nothing. We are very lucky that we are born on this earth and we are not enjoying it. We are destructing it. So I think science should be for human development and not human destruction. That is the real meaning of it, and I really thank you for that. बचपन में हम लोग मेरे पिताजी मुझे यहाँ लाते थे बिहेवियर साइंस सेंटर देखने के, so we always believe in scientific thinking. We don't say think which is unscientific. It doesn't accept here. And whatever happens unscientifically, people also don't accept it. So I'm in this scientific world, so I'm very happy that I am among all these scientists, and I'm just even honored to this one. I know the biggest scientist is Jayaraman, then Thakurkarji, Abdul Kalam ji, and now I will get to know from today equally big. Actually, to my limited universe over here. So thank you very much. We will talk again and would like to hear more from you. And when I leave this, first thing I will write a book. Then I will read it. I will expand my also cosmic knowledge about this, and we'll interact. Thank you.
So friends, now without further ado, let me get on the introduction of the man himself, Mr. Baldevkrishan Sharma. Then we have the AVPs.
Thanks. What happened to the stop?
In a world driven by curiosity, invention, and the ceaseless pursuit of truth, there are a few rare individuals who not only dream, but transform those dreams into reality. Presenting Mr. Baldevkrishan Sharma, scientist, innovator, philanthropist, and a visionary author. In 1974, Baldevkrishan Sharma was honored with the Rashtrapati Award, a presidential recognition accompanied by a cash prize for his groundbreaking invention, the STV control device. This recognition, conferred through the National Research Development Corporation and the Inventions Promotion Board, marked the beginning of a truly extraordinary journey. post-graduation, while working as a development officer, he contributed to the design of an automatic gun firing system for the Indian Army's Vijayanta tank, a project approved by the DRDO. In 1975, Baldevkrishan founded Marshall's Wallpaper Company, a name that grew into a nationwide brand known for innovation in interior decor. In 1985, he established Greatex Industries Limited. His entrepreneurial success has always been matched by a deep sense of social responsibility. Through the B.S. Marshall's Foundation, he supports education, health, and opportunities for the underprivileged. In 2021, he launched SIA, Creative Ideas and Innovations in Action, a platform that celebrates young student innovators. Baldevkrishan Sharma is also a passionate researcher and writer. His debut book, Who Are We? What For? Explores human identity and our cosmic connection. His second book, Unmasking the Hidden Fate of Carbon Emissions, addresses global warming and reveals the natural carbon-oxygen recycling system. And now, he presents his most revolutionary work yet, Natural Universe Expansion. In this book, Baldevkrishan Sharma introduces a bold new theory that challenges Hubble's law and proposes a living organic universe, one that grows, evolves, and breathes with purpose. In Natural Universe Expansion, Baldevkrishan Sharma dares to ask the questions others overlook and reveals a cosmic rhythm that binds all life, matter, and energy in an extraordinary organic space. The universe is expanding, but so is our awareness. Are you ready to expand with it? Join us as we unveil a journey of science, spirit, and the search for universal truth.
नमस्कार एंड प्रणाम को डॉक्टर जयरामन साहब हमारे डॉक्टर बर्वे सर स्वागत जी एंड देरोला मैडम रंगनाथन सर उमेश जी all our deputies over here. I really thank you for coming over here. आप सबका स्वागत है to this book launch. It has been today. In fact, we are going to. Am I ready? Today is a historic day for me because this is my work for the last 25 years, which I'm going to, is a groundbreaking work. And I can assure all the journalists over here that are going to carry some breaking news forwards. What the cosmos is, what the cosmos is, and how we look at it, cosmos, in that way. But before I go forward, all right, let me say this 25 years of my research work has been condensed into a book which is 231 pages, and I'm supposed to communicate with all of you in about 30 minutes, the entire presentation, which is a very big challenge, right? But before I proceed further, before I start about for, I only want to say the one thing that one of the India's greatest astrophysicists, Jayaraman, Madam just mentioned about him. He was a person who was working on quasi-steady state theory in Oxford and in Cambridge. And he faced a lot of challenges there in that theory. And ultimately that theory was not answered. It was, I think basically after I completed that book, I wanted to show this book to him. And with all my effort, it was just getting university to reach him because of his medical conditions, because he was not well. And I couldn't reach him. In fact, last I went to Puri itself to see if I could get courage. But that was the condition that he couldn't attend, or even if he could have attended, possibly he would have become a doctor itself. But that has been a little regret from my side, that I have not been able to explain it, that what he had left, I have completed it. So that is my regret. But I have a great regard. It's more like a love with the Rona Charu sort of a relationship we had. He had never met me, I have never met him, but it was an inspiration which I always had carried with him, carried with me. And that is the great Dr. Dr. Chairperson. And he's no more. He expired on 20th of May. But then we can all give him a Angeles standing over here, because this subject is basically related to space, and he was astrophysicist who was ace person as far as India is concerned as a space scientist. So let us all stand together for one good science. Yeah.
It's being Amen.
Now, before I proceed further, I want to tell you that this book which I have done is not just to update on. This book is a scientific treatise, and it is totally mathematically Indian mathematical framework, scientific project, and all physical also. So it is not that it's not a fiction story. It is not a story which you have thought about it and you have narrated when your story. Because when you are doing something as a narration, then there is a possibility of somebody countering you. As out. Okay. But when it is mathematics, the scope of contradicting is very hard. People can contradict anything, but then the scope of contradicting is very hard. As far as I am concerned, I wanted to make it sure, because I know what work I am presenting over here is not just the work of a local friend circle or of a publicity. It is the world work which we have done here. So I wanted to make sure, so I went to the head of the mathematics department, Dr. Ajit Kumar. He is from ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology, a very renowned university. Okay. I approached him, he and his students, they studied the entire book. And after studying the entire book, after about 15 days, I got a call from him. He said, Mr. Sharma, congratulations, everything is fine. So I was a big satisfaction part that what we have done is a world work. Next point, I requested the investors, since we have taken all the pains to see it, can you write a foreword for it? So he obliged. Today he is on a very special lecture. Honestly, he is not able to be here, otherwise he would have been over here. So it has been thought of taken care of. It's not that it's just written something in some mathematics institute, but it has been a verified mathematics. And then Dr. Jayaraman is my mentor, he is my guide, he told me that, Mr. Sharma, you must put this into the astronomical magazines in India, which are reputed magazines in the world. So I said this, that's an eye bag. She gave me a few magazines.
Okay.
We wrote those magazines. These are the 4 magazines in which we have sent our manuscript. And these magazines have, in principle, accepted the manuscript, but their editorial team is going into it. Their peer group is very well. And possibly by June end or maybe by July, we would come to know their first impressions. But when I say first impressions, I actually mean at these could hardly be challenged because this is all mathematical framework can that so there is no question of somebody challenging. But still, I mean, let it be verified, let it be, judged properly, let scientific people brains, let them debate it, let them discuss it, and then we take it. So now, before I proceed further, I mean, a lot of our friends over here may not much more about what Hubble Law is. So I have a 2-minute video which I would like to share it with you, and then from there, where my work starts, okay, I'll be sharing. Please.
Since the late 1920s, everything we know about how our universe works has been turned upside down. In 1929, that all changed. At the Mount Wilson Observatory of Los Angeles, astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered galaxies aren't stuck in one place. Not only are they moving, but they're flying away from Earth at incredible speeds. This was the first real evidence of the Big Bang.
All galaxies on average are moving away from us, and stranger still, those that were twice as far away are moving twice as fast. And those that were 3 times as far away were moving 3 times as fast, and so on. Everything was moving away from us.
It became known as Hubble's Law. His discovery is still the starting point for exploration of the Big Bang.
What Hubble convincingly demonstrated by seeing the motion of those galaxies is that the universe is expanding.
Theoretically, an expanding universe must have started from a single point. By measuring how fast the universe is expanding, astronomers calculated backwards and figured out when it burst into life.
People ask the question, how do you know the universe is 13.7 billion years old? I mean, smarty pants, you weren't there 13.7 billion years ago. Well, when you watch television on videotape, you hit the stop button when you see an explosion, and you can run it backwards and see when it actually took place. The same thing takes place with cosmology. We can run the videotape backwards and calculate when it all came from how we get studied.
So friends, this is Hubble Law. Hubble Law is something which is a galaxy dual vector. The velocity is directly proportional to the distance, the elevation. That particular galaxy is with. He saw it through the telescope, and this is a groundbreaking research in Chile, and they were able to prove it with the universe is expanding. So उसने जो फॉर्मूला किया था कि गति velocity is directly proportional to the distance at which the galaxy will be, और दोनों को एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए आपको कॉन्सेप्ट टाइम और उस कॉन्सेप्ट का नाम था हबल ग्लोबुलर लाइट। और इसी को ऐसे और ये फॉर्मूला आप ये भी देखेंगे तो ठीक है कि मोनोपैंटिंग फ्लोइंग ऑफ वाइज टी और टी का मतलब होता है तो उन्होंने ऑलिपन टी को ऑलिपन टी का उन्होंने जो वैल्यू वो 13.86 billion years का टाइम निकाला, and that 13.86 billion years is the according to them, is the age of the universe. The universe kind of one here. The whole aim point of it is really in the center. Now, हमारा ये कहना था कि ये जो 13.86 है, this is a virtual age of the universe. क्योंकि आपने किस चीज़ को देखा है? आपने visible world को देखा है. But the non-visible world is 95%. The visible world is only 5%. The other 95% is, major of it is dark matter and dark energy. So, आपका ये calculation is only partly correct. And I don't think this is my wisdom. So we go forward. You go to the next slide. That I have to really speed up because of the time limitation. But I see they try to find out various distances, various methods to take a deep space. When I say deep space, अगर आपको मैं किलोमीटर ऑफ स्पाइस बताऊंगा तो 1 MPC का होता है मेगा पास्कल. 1 MPC is equal to 3.086 into 10 raised to 90 kilometers. अभी ये 10 raised to 90 था तो सभी में नहीं लिखा, लेकिन is equal to 30 into billion kilometers. कितना है वो फिगर में आप समझ नहीं पाएंगे क्या है. बिलियन 10 raised to 9 is 1 billion, 10 raised to 9 is another billion, and billion is billion. I am exact matter. Okay. It's a very, you are looking into the deep space, and that is only 1 MPC, and there are hundreds of MPCs at which in all is there. So उन्होंने जब ये निकाला तो उनका method of measurements जो था, they were very advanced. They were redshift methods. There were methods like Doppler's effect. There were methods like, there's a plastic which is akin when something is like supernova. कि उसके जो राइट आते राइट एंगल्स because they are candles उससे उन्होंने very very approximate. And therefore the first thing in 1929 which happened earlier, it was 500 kilometers per second per hour. And when I say 500 kilometers per second, that was the speed at which the galaxy was moving away. अब जब अभी आपको मैं बताता हूँ what is 500 kilometers. आप मुंबई से दिल्ली 2.5 सेकंड में पहुँच कितने सेकंड में that is the speed we are talking. Bombay to Delhi in 2.5 seconds, not 2.5 minutes, 2.5 seconds. That is the speed at which the universe has expanded. जब इसको हम लोग टाइम बेस पे निकालते हैं, it was coming to 1.96 millimeters. That was working out to 1.96. फिर साइंटिस्ट को एक फ्लो चार्ट. How it is possibly 1.96? There is something seriously wrong it. और wrong क्या है? उन्होंने कहा कि what is wrong is अगर अर्थ का age is around 4.5 years, how can universe be 1.x? So they started revolving work. And then they came down, there was one cycle in the king for history. Almost after 2 years, years are animalized. Only the players didn't go. Because we didn't know this very all night. Then another scientist in 58 came out with 75 error. Then another came with 35 kilometers. Somebody came in under, somebody came in, and this is not 70 kilometers per second. That means the in its space, अगर आपकी गैलेक्सी एक तक पे डिस्टेंस पे है तो वो 70 किलोमीटर से कुछ पार. और अगर वो 5 MPC पे है तो it is only at 50 kilometers per second. That was after second by 8 minutes. Now this was this. और ये जो वेरिएशन है इसका नाम in scientific language is called Hubble's tension. That means you don't have consistent number of volts. You don't have a consistent because this is all based on observation. So that is like. अभी इन्होंने कैसे किया है? इन्होंने visibility plot किया है. And then these were the various galaxies that they could plot. और ये plot करने के बाद में उद्देश्य. अभी आपको मालूम है कि एक straight line कैसे होता है? And you two dots को connect to straight. And you should connect any two dots. Okay, you can draw a straight line. So if you draw a straight line, you take this one. We may use straight line in this one. We can use straight line doing here. or it's kind of slope there, maybe it's to kind of slope there, but there is kind of V upon T at pretty unit. And it throws a mathematical potential in. So that's why you can have various values that can come to solve this one. So now let's go forward. So Hubble Law is the main flaws like with cap flaws and this full flaws. It provides a static stage. Static stage का मतलब होता है. I'll give you one example. Father, we are trained grandfather. He lived for 80 years. Even under 100, after 80, 100 years after he wished to take it. It is fact because he knows he is dead. But you and I are alive, so we are dying with our age is back. Every year our age is changed. But as far as Hubble law is concerned, उसका जो x0 equal to 1/t, जब तक x0 constant है, तब तक time is outward. So it gives you a static age of the universe, and it grows the evolving time. समय के हिसाब से it is not evolving, and therefore it is contributing to reinforcement tension. So this is the thing. Let's go forward. Now my work starts from here. My work is started from. What are we saying? We are saying that this universe, this is perfect cosmological principle is an eccentric present in the cosmology. वो क्या बोल रहे हैं? कि the perfect cosmological principle means that on large scales, the universe is homogeneous and isotropic. Homogeneous मतलब if it is homogeneous, everywhere it is same. And it is isotropic, that is from whichever direction you see it is going same. Then it also says that by special relativity, that the universe physical laws you get, they are applicable everywhere. So physical law of say gravitation, if it is applicable on Earth, it is applicable in solar system, it is applicable in Milky Way, in the galaxy, it is applicable all over the universe. So if that is so, my concern was that why are we looking at that space? हम इतना दूर को देख रहे हैं, हम बगल में क्यों नहीं देख रहे? Everything is uniform. Only the scales will change, but the expansion has to be everywhere. It can't be limited to. You must have seen. If supposing in your body that some certain portion is only expanding, then that is cancer. That is not expansion. But if the whole body is expanding, they come from a small baby to an adult, then everything is expanding together. It is not that one area is expanding and other area is not expanding. And it is also true that every inorganic matter in an organic system also becomes something. For example, you've got bones. Bone is this way of flashing up. लेकिन जो वो आपके बॉडी के अंदर आए रहती है वो क्या हाउ इट ग्रोस एंड अदरवाइज inorganic matter won't. But when it becomes part of the organic system, it absolutely. So this perfect इसको हमने step किया. Let's go to the next slide. Then we created NUE law. Now this is not so easy to understand. लेकिन इसका जो तात्पर्य है इसका जो ये है कि every natural body is expanding. It is not that only some galaxies are expanding, but it is every natural body is expanding from micro to macro level. Let's go forward. It says that it behaves like the living body, maintaining its temperature, reduce as a fixed constant, and break the tracking of the exponential time vector. अब वो क्या होता है वो मैं आपसे थोड़ा शेयर करूँगा. मैं सिंपल टेक्स्ट समझो आपके पास 1 लाख रुपया 1 लाख you go to the bank, say you interest of 7 shillings, and you make an FD of for 10 years. So 1 lakh in 1 year will give you 7 lakh rupees, right? In 10 years will give how much? Everyone will say 70, but it is not so. Because it is compounding. This compounding. पहले साल में 1,07,000 मिलेगा, अगले साल में 1,07,000 पे 7% मिलेगा, उसके बाद में 1,14,500 पे 7% मिलेगा. So it is compounding. So at 10 years you may get about 90 and not 70. This is what I am saying. And that statistically is I think you will foster that. go anti-reverse have. So E was fixed, when I think so what not cut off, R is the rate of interest, T is the time, A is the rate of it, time period, and E is the year of the answer. Then up ISCO, they don't integrate again, you are getting the real option which is part of the expanding universe. This provides a dynamic framework for the all micro macro-natural bodies. And what I have mentioned, that J2 expansion, it is not only limited to space in the deep area, but it is limited right from atom to celestial world. And that because the universe cannot be saying that when it's the universe solid. And while they are doing it, they want to keep the universe extant. If supposing this was not that, the universe could not have been active. So this is helping, this work is keeping the whole thing, universe active while expanding. Through expansion, things are not static. Static things turn that they would jump down there. So this, they are keeping the whole universe in a dynamic state because of this goodness down. So this is our formula. We study what was to be gaining leaders to do, or हमने वो estimate निकाल किया है because of the Lucas factor और इसके द्वारा भी नहीं possible कर रहा है. So X0 has been taken off and they have added low cost time, and therefore theta is equal to no equal to T, where same D, D at a distance is equal to E to E raised to R in Q. तो ये हमारा बड़ा फॉर्मूला है, and this is our beginning. What is it? That we are not taking distance which you see, but distance which is convoluted. Okay? And what you are seeing is virtual image, and what is really happening is the real image which is given by this formula. तब हमने ये अपना जो कांस्टेंट निकाला है वो 98.2889 इतना एक्यूरेट शुगर 98. अभी आप पूछेंगे ये आपने कहाँ से निकाल दिया? मैजिक निकाला तो चीज़. Now let me tell you, we gave down one cycles. What is happening in the universe in the deep space is also happening in our neighborhood. हमारे आजू-बाजू में भी वही हो रहा है. तो what about between Earth and between Moon and Earth? तो Moon और Earth में भी जो expansion हो रहा है, same expansion is happening in the face on this. उनका scales will be different. तो हमने, you were seeing that when our astronauts went to Moon, they left the reflector over there. And from the reflectors, they are trying to perforate the distance between the Earth and Moon. And what they have found out that every year it is moving by 3.8 centimeters away. 3.8 centimeters. ये Moon का अगर आप NASA का fact sheet लेंगे, तो you get this 3.8 centimeters per year is the expansion, or it is recessing on the Earth से कट रहा है. Moon by how much? 3.8 से अभी आप बोलेंगे 3.8 centimeter हो इतना बड़ा Moon और इतना क्या दिखाई देगा? Okay, but that is the expansion. और इस 3.8 centimeter per year is the velocity. क्या हो गया? Is the गति है उसका, velocity है. At what distance? 378,000 kilometers. What is 378,000 kilometers? See, Earth Moon का आपने पढ़ा होगा, it is 384,600. Okay, लेकिन हम कहाँ से मेजर कर रहे हैं? अपने सरफेस. तो आप इसका रेडियस दिखा दीजिए. मून के सरफेस से कर रहे हैं, मून का सरफेस दिखा दीजिए. तो जो बीच का जो डिस्टेंस है, that is 378,000. So 378,000 is being from 3.8 centimeter. जब इसको एक्स्ट्रापोलेट करते हो in terms of MPC, तो आपको लिख सकते हैं 98.288. And this figure is the most authentic that you know. It's a full accuracy that we have to 4 digits. In fact, we can go up to 6 digits, but I thought that 2 plus digit problem, okay. This is the accuracy and there is no ambiguity. Because this is fully defined and fully measured, and it is most accurately measured because Earth-Moon distance is not very far, it is very close. And it is being measured by laser ranging system. By laser ranging is the most accurate system. And who has budgeted? I don't budget. It is the NASA's data which you will find it on the fact sheet, on the main fact sheet. It goes to the next. Achha, now one more. 98.8. Also, you know, NASA ने figure निकाला है वो 70 kilometers जो space को देख के निकाला है. Now, is this and this, what is the difference between this? I'm not talking about mathematical distance. I'm talking about what basically is the difference between this. 98.2889, ये कब निकाला है मैंने? आज निकाला. That's is today's present. ये कहाँ निकाला है? Now, everyone knows that when you look into that space, there is an early universe. वो आज का universe नहीं है, वो पुराना universe है, जो उसके जो पैदाश हुई है, उस समय का है. तो आप जितना जीव देखोगे उतना पुराना दिख रहा है. So this is not the universe. This Hubble constant is not the present. It's not there. This is the constant of उस समय का. Okay, and therefore this is not wrong because this is calculated for the earlier universe, and this is being calculated as of today, as of now, and therefore these two are different. Come go to the next slide. I'll show you. ये हमारा universe constant है. ये Hubble's constant है लाल line. लाल line मतलब it remains constant. We have drawn time versus velocity. Time versus velocity. Time जो है यहाँ पर 0 को हमने present रखा है. While that is a billion years future, और minus को रखा है past. So you will see that 70 को है. It remains constant for whether it is 5 billion years back, 10 billion years back, 5 billion years hence, it remains constant. But the universe constant is strategically through this. Okay. And it is not making it accelerate. Yeah, it is accelerate. And this is exactly matching with the observations which they have found in the universe, because they are saying that the universe can like expansion, it is not just a velocity, it is an acceleration which is happening there. And this is proving that, and that is the beginning. Okay. You got the next. Now, what is the difference between Hubble law and NUE law? Hubble law is a linear equation. When we just make a simple equation, it's a linear equation, and this is a non-linear equation. And that non-linear equations is able to give us the accelerated method. All things in the they provide fixed state, whereas this one does not provide the fixed state. It gives an age which is minus infinity plus infinity. We can हमने वो practical निकाला है, वो क्या non-linear or which there exists. And zero is drawn from distinct galactic bodies. Distant galactic are one cool, where the accuracy of measurement is set in the right direction. And that's why we find this combination. There are different variations. And no constant is drawn from the present Earth-Moon precession. In your things. Measurements of these places are approximate. And measurement in the living system is most precise and accurate. Therefore, this figure of 98.28 state line, they will give you already to be like for the diagnosis from to committee. That's for the risk. So implications of this thing, it redefines the age of the universe. As I said, what they have calculated is the age of the visible universe and not the age of the COVID universe, which is where major area is the dark matter and major area is the dark energy. Yeah. Here our total mathematical calculations are. Can we show this? Which is on ये हमारा टोटल मैथमेटिक्स ये बहुत लेवल्स इसको कहते हैं क्या वेरी हायर स्केल के ऊपर इसको क्या है you can see the decibel okay 90 10 listing 19 का उसका equation is called decibel. It shows that the birth of the universe with an expansion was 0 was 91.75 billion years. When the Earth was created in 4.26 billion years, okay, according to NASA it is 9.54, but 4.54, but according to this, according to our calculations, it is 4.36. So it is very, very close. It's almost, in fact, they can correct their measurements on see whether they eventually this. Because this is mathematical and they are just carbon testing, this testing which can actually in it. Now, here is 70 kilometers up over there. This is at 3.37. Go back to the side. Go back right. Go back to this. Here. ये you है ये universe constant जो है ये इसको मत करा at 7 kilometers. So that is this को 30.37 million years back जो galaxy को वो measure कर रहा है, that is इतनी पुरानी galaxy है. We are also given them a type with our tattoo, and this is the present maybe 1 30. Okay, that's mean down crystals for the okay. Addresses the mechanism of solar and lunar eclipses. Solar and lunar eclipses. अभी इनका ये कहना है कि क्योंकि चंद्र आगे एक्सेस कर रहा है, तो एक समय ऐसा आएगा कि when ये eclipse नहीं हो, when the solar and lunar eclipses will disappear, maybe 1 million years, maybe 10,000 years ahead. They are saying that this is the present understanding by cosmologists, that one day the eclipses will not take place. What I am saying is that since everything is expanding together, therefore it is not only the space which is expanding, but even the earth is expanding, moon is expanding, sun is expanding, the space between them are expanding, and they are all expanding on one ratio, and that is the NUE possibility. So the ratios will not change, the ratio will remain constant, and therefore the eclipses will be perpetual. It will be वो हमेशा के लिए रहेंगे. Because see, I'll give you an example. While you are seeing some person, you are seeing some person. When you see the same person on science camera, you are asking, is it not the same person? Second, let's talk Kareena Kapoor. You see it on mobile to find Kareena Kapoor. You see on a 70 mm large screen you find Kareena. Why? Because the ratios remain absolute. Therefore, the enlargement or reduction does not matter as long as the ratios remain constant. And what we are saying is that the ratios remain constant, and therefore the solar and lunar eclipse will be perpetual, whereas the present cosmologists say that one day the solar eclipses will be resolved. So this is one quick takeaway from here. Another takeaway is that we are talking about plate tectonics. In plate tectonics, what they are saying is कि वो जैसे समुद्र के अंदर जहाज क्यों होता है, ऐसा मतलब ये सोचना है कि there are plates on the molten liquid below, and the continents are placed on that. और वो जब दिखती है तो continents shift होगा. This is मोटा जो plate tectonic का ये. We are saying no, the earth from a small has become large. And just take on a balloon, you have two dots, and when they expand, the two dots go away. It's not only two dots go away, but even the dots also expand. So it is on that way. But I think the entire details are given in the 4P. I can't take your time explaining the details of that, which is very beautifully and mathematically explained. To Earth का time है वो slow हो रहा है. The time is very slow. Very also very okay. Let's go to the next. We come to one of the another major area, and that is the Big Bang theory. Now these are the four universe that your models are. These are the four models which have been discussed. Big Bang, I feel, is a magic show, the option. Now what does Big Bang say? It says that see that one, and from there on it went on expanding. Earlier the universe was very hot. The body that all expanding, it has become cold, and it is putting up which is third. So this is what so it is more like a magic show. So from nothing gives nothing. But there were certain reactions which has given Big Bang theory by more clarity, and therefore from among all the flaws which it has, it is still is the most accepted lyrics. We can this one, तो वो मैं उसको नॉर्मली ऐसे कहता हूँ कि जैसे अनुभव में कहा था वो सो देन उसमें कहा you become the right so you like अनुभव में कहा thanks the next study was steady state in which this came in 1948 equals this is very close to our study which says that it is taken out of which time either it is infinite, minus infinite, impossible. It says that there is an increase in volume, and then still remaining constant the mass has to increase. But they were not able to prove where the mass is increasing. They were not able to prove where the mass is increasing. But because they were not able to prove where the mass is increasing, therefore this very was not so. Then thing was this steady state very bad. Dr. Nagita was first see it, and they tried to say that okay, it is increasing and then it reduces, and then again it increases, and then again it reduces. और उन्होंने स्टॉक मार्केट का एक उन्होंने एग्जाम्पल दिया जस्ट लाइक इन स्टॉक मार्केट यू हैव increased your what, increase your what, increase your increase. But overall, if you see 5 years period, it is increasing. So you say that it is increasing, but that also did not leave the point in scientifically going on. And then they stick it out on theory of economic inflation. With that, ये अलग ही लेवल की theory है, means non-quadratic complex and which are going to our person not as created to area. So all these 4 theories are there, and the movement are there. And from here we start with our areas of lexical model. Friends, ये जितने भी मॉडल्स बनाए हैं उसके अंदर एक चीज उन्होंने नहीं ली है, and that is the invasion of where is the position of life. कहीं पर भी उन्होंने लाइफ को इंटीग्रेट नहीं किया है यूनिवर्स के अंदर. आर वी नॉट पार्ट ऑफ यूनिवर्स? आर वी नॉट इन यूनिवर्स? आर वी आउटसाइड द यूनिवर्स? वी आर पार्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्स. वेयर हैव दे ब्रॉट यूनिवर्स? वेयर हैव दे ब्रॉट द लाइफ इनटू इट? एंड व्हाट आई बिलीव इज दैट एवरी बॉडी व्हिच इज देयर, it has got 2 parts, the hardware part and one software part. The software is alive, and hardware is the physical, like inorganic matter. And the organic matter is part of the life system, and organic and inorganic together creates life views. Now this is how I am recipe. Now here is where I am trying to integrate human into the universe. Now, how is human created? Let's try to understand how human is created. Human is created from elements of the earth. आग में phosphorus है, आग में all sort of chemicals are there, iron है, okay, potassium है, sodium है, all those, everything is there. And where are they all coming from? What is the source? The earth's source. Then how are human created? By a mother. It is why a womb, where a woman is created from there, and then from there, from the fetus, they start growing from there. So, brethren, so when we are talking about human is part of the earth, and earth is part of the solar system. Solar system is part of the Milky Way galaxy, and Milky Way galaxy is part of the, you can say, common group to our star group. And then ultimately it goes to the universe. So universe and human have to be integrated. Now in Bible also they say, thou art dust, and to dust thou shalt return. Thou art dust. Because you have come from earth, and to the earth you are returning back. Okay. हमारे शास्त्र में क्या कहते हैं? लत पिंडे तत् ब्रह्मांडे. लत पिंडे, as is the body, so is the universe. So you cannot disintegrate, you cannot isolate the two. They have to be together. So the theory which only talks about inorganic matter is incomplete without adding permitting minds to it. Okay. So this is what it, and the groundbreaking which I am going to share with you is that how the two are together. Who the two? That has to be true. Putting a war to spiritual what no, I am proving it to you how the two are together. And what is the proof? I am giving you the proof right now. And See, every living body is emitting radiation. You are emitting radiation, animals are emitting, any living body is emitting radiation from the body. The radiation which human is emitting out is 9.34 10 lambda kilograms, the 9.34 micrometers. That is the and 37 degrees. What is the body temperature? 37 degrees. When you calculate in Kelvin, it becomes 310 Kelvin. This is the body temperature and the wavelength. The universe, जिसके ऊपर Hubble Law टिका हुआ है, जिसके ऊपर Big Bang theory टिकी है, and that is it talks about the relic which is called CMVR, cosmic microwave background radiation. और उसका ये है 1060 micrometers and 5.75. Because universe is very cold, it is and almost very close to zero. 2.75. जब Wien's law लगाते हैं, Wien's law is the relationship between lambda and wavelength and energy. जब आप Wien's law इसको लगाते हो, the radiation that human is emitting and the universe is emitting is same. And that is the breaking news for the day. That human activity which a person is emitting and what the universe is emitting, the CMVR, is same, the equivalent. The details are given in my book on mathematical calculation that given, everything is given in the book, which is for you to look at it. And this renders the basis for universe theory, and that is the living organic. So this is what it is. Let's go to the next slide. The universe, now here, just trying to close it down. The living organic universe is a paradigm shift. The universe is living and organic. See, do you see that universe which is so actively involved in? Is it a non-living body? It's a living body. It's an interactive system. The dynamics is a living and it is organic. Why it is organic? Because it is expanding. And who can expand? Organic matter can expand. Who can expand? Organic matter explains cosmic population. See, there is no theory which explains cosmic population. इतने stars कहाँ से पैदा होते हैं? इतने कहाँ से आए? Now you think about it. Suppose there is an alien who stands outside the earth and he sees Earth in 1925. Kabhi 90. What is the population he sees? The population he sees is only 2 billion. How many? Now he comes back after 100 years. In 2025, what is the population he sees? 8 billion. Now from where 2 billion to 8 billion you will get it? So then when he starts coming down in the earth, then he starts finding that there is female and female and okay, and then the children are created and then the question will be, but there in the stars you can't find that. If you are sitting, say if you are in the aeroplanes, 50,000 feet above, then you see what's happening on the earth. This time, okay.
How do you see it?
So explains the cosmic which all details are given in my book. I think it is worth. If you are going to it, you will really appreciate the type of effort, knowledge, everything which has been given. Explains cosmic population, but before there is so what are we trying to do? We are providing a unified resolution to inconsistencies. ये जो inconsistent है Hubble's constant है, it is all removed through earthwood calculation. Okay, so it is provide a unified resolution to inconsistencies, and it introduces a coherent mathematical and practical framework. Go on the next. So let's announce to the world what we have discovered. We have discovered the natural universe expansion. We have discovered what? Natural, when I say natural, it means everything in nature, right from atom to celestial body. Everything is expanding. Even the body itself, including the space. And what is expanding? What is the constant on which it is expanding? The no motion. And what is this LOU? A living organic universe. A new order of the peoples. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next point. Now this is the summary. This conclusion that they are coming to, that we are challenging our standards and the rate of expansion. Number two, we are integrating science, maths, but human farming the regime. Okay. The human element into the universe is being ignored by the West, while ignored by the other scientists, and we are trying to introduce that part, which is the unique dimension. Not the points, not what we are doing, what we are asking for. Now that is where the role of the journalists are going to be there. That we are asking, we are inviting collaboration with NASA, we are inviting collaboration with ISRO, and we are wanting them to test check what we have written. We are saying that scrutinize what we have written and prove us wrong. Tell us that, look, here is there a mistake in new theory, and the restriction of the planets. We are saying that planets are recessing, sun is recessing, earth is recessing, everything in the universe is recessing to the required scale. And here there is another question which I learned to ISRO scientists, and that is that we have launched, I think one in Lawrence Point, but we have launched over there. That is about 1.5 billion kilometers away from us. It's at the corner at which that satellite remains steady over there and make the top change and be useful. What I'm saying is that it is also recessing, and I've given the exact measurement of that 150.8 millimeters in a year it could recess. Now, if they can find out that we do recessing and this way, the thing is tectonic, it's okay. Because this is part of manufacturing 150.8 millimeters per year per 1.5 million kilometers. If they can find out that this is the nearest thing, they can also have reflectors. They already have got sun reflectors because they are getting energy from that. The same reflectors can also be used for sending a laser beam from here and trying to find out if they can reflect it. When they can find this, I think that will prove my theory straight away. Okay. Let's go next. So what do we say? Please say look at and we back to next. A big thank you to our as up if we go or if you guys about this and what would you just anything it was to face. Can you boys Jones I would school. I think that was just which would
so dear friends, it is wonderful to be here and to listen to the testimony by another cosmic scientist, Baldevkrishan Sharma. What is I can tell at this level, the first group who are with second group with video rather and from management has seen. And I have a privilege of having the first hand discourse for hours together to really try to understand. And this is something. And sir, last 3 days we are playing in the year. Last 3 days in LCPA beyond Higgs boson particles. That is, how is those energy actually collide and give up the mass through which the universe actually comes out. That was by Astrogenesis Research Foundation about the origin of the cosmic origin of this universe. And today again we are dealing with the universe. This expansion, what we call a new case about organic expansion, organic way, that it behaves almost like a life. And this is what is the ultimate thing that sir is trying to tell. Just trying to get into something that he had put into the preamble. The preamble was how the universe has come. It is the Big Bang. And while coming here in the taxi, we were discussing that about the origin of the universe and all. Believe me, the first there is the Big Bang, which is being quoted. There is no evidence that the Big Bang happened. Correct, sir. So there is no evidence. Prior to that, what was there? None of us those. but as he's a philosopher and all of you are philosophers and try to understand, it is put in Gita. And in that, it is said that Nakal Vase de Suryo, the Shishankola power. It was the condition when there was no heat of the sun was equilibrium. And then the heat of the sun actually expanded. This is something which really when we do what we call Big Bang. Second thing is what we call steady state theory. It is by Jayaraman, none other than Jayaraman. What he says is that the universe actually as it is, it existed and it is expanding. The analogy he gives is just you take money, put it back, and the bank will give some back with the interest. It expands in the rate like what the interest is there, and it is the addition which go on happening. This is the theory which is what I don't understand. I'm absolutely frank in telling those mathematical kind of things we have been discussing. The mathematical calculations are so meticulous. And believe me, let me go back to his second book. Second book about the fate of the carbon. And believe me, what he's trying to tell is the fate of the carbon which comes out as a part of the release from our regular release from the factories which is going out, and then the carbon buildup which is in the atmosphere. Amount of the absorption which happens, that is, there is some kind of law. He's trying to really get onto that law. Here, let us even try to be very practical in trying to answer the query, and then the challenge that he has posed that Hubble's constant is not constant but it is organic. So this is what is the theory said, as you are proposing it would be growing in an organic way. So this is in short. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to really. But sir, while coming for over 1 hour with Suhas, we were discussing heat of the universe and then the origin of the universe. Last 2 days we are even dealing with the same kind of Higgs boson. And let me even tell you that into Large Hadron Collider, it is in Geneva, 27 kilometer kind of a radius is there. On one side positive charge, on one side negative charge, it actually collides. And then it just sparks out some kind of particles. Those particles are called God's particles. Those are so ephemeral that the existence is trillionth of a trillion second. And the weight is minus, but that evidence is now the scientists are trying to really come out that this is what might would have happened. It is very not possible for a common person or otherwise even the expert eye to really track that. This is a new theory. Let us accept this, that this is a new theory which is proposed by an Indian scientist, and let it be on the debate. I congratulate sir for giving the answer, and we are here talking with you have the environment. This is Unveiling, our very own Jayaraman sir. And here I see number of the reporters. Let us pose the questions and come on that bring it to the fore, that this is also a theory. Let us discuss it, and let us be very pragmatic in trying to analyze that solution.
So open to questions if there are any.
No. Firstly, thank you so much. I will want to see how it is actually about the research. It's very motivating and very starting with us. So I wanted to ask you behind this research that's transmission which are the artwork inspiration as research what really further.
Yeah, your campaign.
It's another guy which can more things. That yeah, it's a little bit.
I thought
that is what just understood the values me.
and cut that. See, and yet that you all this. Very luckily, that this is I have worked for a lot of people because it is such a presentation cannot happen overlapping. It is a filter of the last 25 years as we come to the nicely. And what made your first part?
My first part was like a station that we bring the season.
See, I have been always a scientific point of this question. See, science is not something a monetary of innovation. Science if sometimes you find that there is a flaw or something which is not right, and if you have a capacity to correct it, and if you are able to explain to the world with proof, then the world can accept it. Ultimately, science, as I said, is not a monopoly of over a period of time, earlier people thought that world that the universe is centric, Earth is the center of the universe. Alright. Then they came sun and the tectonic. Then all these things are gone because they need to prove it. This all. So similarly, I mean, if we are able to prove that what has been considered so far and what has not been considered, I have given the facts today what have not been considered. So the future people, scientists and people who are connected with cosmology can look into it. I have sent my write-ups to various journals so that it be published, that there be debates, then there be scientific panels which are discussing on this project. And if we are equal to prove it right, the world has got a new ideas. And if they are able to say that it is not so, then we will get a lot of out of it. So I got it. So this is what I do.
Hello sir, good afternoon. This is Rakesh from Free Press. Yes sir.
Yeah.
Sir, why do you think the scientific community should continue to accept Hubble's law despite the inconsistent law, Hubble's constant?
Why should instead of conception, why should take away option like yes? Yeah, we got a comment at the moment there is no alternate supply. There is no alternate. The only alternate is the different values. And it is also true that the universe is expansive. I mean, we are not doubting it. We are only talking about the methodology. They are calculating Hubble constant from distant space. And we are calculating Hubble's constant from our neighborhood. So when we are calculating from our neighborhood, it is more accurate than calculating from the deep space. अभी आप देखिए ग्रुपन लगाते हैं स्टैट ऑन योर टैलेंट्स and think about that deep space आपको भी समझ में आएगा क्या? Okay. So instead of being like look at your own moon and see that a moon is expanding, okay, that is part of the universe. So why should I not calculate like my constant from Earth one system? Is as simple as that. So over a period of time, people will start understanding more better than what they understand in as one person. Very easy. Yes.
Very good of you, sir. I'm so from some kind of publication house. And first of all, very congratulations for your new book launch. And I'm read your first book, which was In What We and What For. And I'm very inspired from your scientific journey as well as your entrepreneurial journey. I have a very small question. That is there any other way of explaining or verifying your expansion theory?
Okay. I've already shared with you that there are human beings. The last slide which I showed you, if ISRO can, they know, then they said that, I told that I have written that Aditya one which they have launched to L1. If they can find out how much it is researching. See, at the moment, they are not considering that, considering other parameters. They are looking into it and the research center from other point of view. But I am saying that you look at from this point of view, from the recession point of view, and if you find 1,500.8 millimeters expanding, okay, my theory is true, right? Because at the moment, nobody is considering that. तो मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ कि आप इसको ट्राई करिए एक्सपांडिंग. Secondly, even Earth is expanding. Okay, I have given it from my calculations, whereas they are trying to find out from carbon dating and other methods. So these are the things that can show that the expansion is exactly. And Earth moon, I think this is the best. इससे और बढ़िया क्या हो सकता है? अगर मून रिसर्च करना रहे, तो लेकिन हम उसको एक्सपांशन में
कॉस्मोलॉजी है उसको इतना ज़्यादा मतलब बाहर नहीं वैल्यू जितना जितना विदेश के साइंटिस्ट हैं. तो मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपका जो थ्योरी है उस पर और उससे खगोल शास्त्रियों का क्या था या साइंटिस्ट का क्या था? पहला क्वेश्चन.
something. वो सब ने राइट ऑन रीडिंग प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर ऑल दिस। ओके, जिन्होंने एमएससी इसी में किया है, जिन्होंने पीएचडी उसमें किया है, वो अगले दिन आपको बोले कि मैं ये सब अपना निकाल रहा हूँ और मैं तुम्हारी थ्योरी एक्सेप्ट कर रहा हूँ, तो वो आने के लिए समय लगे। सो ये दिस इज नेचुरल यूनिवर्सल कॉन्सेप्ट एंड नेचुरल रिजेक्शन इज आल्सो ए नेचुरल थिंग, लेकिन जर्नलिस्ट कैन प्ले अ लॉट ऑफ रोल इन दिस। Now, if you create something which communicates to the right audience, to the right ISRO people, and if those people start discussing that these people are giving this, let us try it. If I write, there will be hundreds of letters going directly. But when it starts going as a news, okay, then the people start taking it. So you have a very special role to promote it. And that's why I called for all these policies. I said that let the social media, let the world at least put that thought into their mind so that they are able to again think about it, okay, as a group, and then start thinking that as part of the experiment. So thanks.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
वैसे तो उसने कंपाउंड थ्योरी से उसको एक नया आयाम दिया। सेकेंडली आपने सोलर और इक्लिप्स के बारे में तो बताया कि जैसे जैसे मैं तो और आने वाले हजारों सालों पे ये होगा, ही इक्लिप्स
होगा,
लेकिन
हमने कहा कि वो पर फ्यूचर है।
जी।
अगर एक्चुअली आप देखोगे तो महाभारत के टाइम पे उन्होंने एक्लिप्स बताया था।
यस, रामायण काल पे था। सर मेरा ये कहना है
वो आज भी है और ऐसे रिकवर सम और विक्स दे आर पर पिक्चर
ये मेरा पर्सनल बॉडी था। जैसे अपनी ह्यूमन बॉडी है, तो जैसे हमारी ह्यूमन बॉडी ग्रो कर रही है तो हमारा जो स्किन, जो हमारा अपर लेयर है, मतलब हमारा जो सरफेस है उसका ग्रोइंग स्पीड ज़्यादा है, लेकिन जो हमारा इंटरनल लेवल के ऑर्गन्स है उनकी ग्रोइंग स्पीड कहीं ना कहीं उसमें से उसके मैचिंग में कहीं अंतर है। कहीं ऐसा कॉस्मोस में भी तो नहीं है कि जो हम देख रहे हैं वो ओनली सरफेस है, उसके अंदर डीपर 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 उसके जो सिम्टम्स होंगे वो अलग होंगे।
देखिए वो हर एक चीज़ का अपना स्केल है, ठीक है। और फिर जब एक छोटा बच्चा होता है, ये जस्ट उसका जो कॉल है जिसके अंदर वो सॉफ्ट है, उसको भी बढ़ना पड़ेगा, जो करके आपका नोज बढ़ना पड़ेगा, आर्टिफिशियल बढ़ना पड़ेगा, और इन सब का जो स्केल है, प्रोग्राम स्केल है, इसी के हिसाब से सब बढ़ते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि एक का एकदम बड़ा हो गया, एक का एक पैर लंबा हो गया, एक का छोटा हो, एवरीथिंग एक्सपांड्स टू द राइट प्रोग्राम एक्टिविटी। So this is what is happening. उसका स्केल जो है वो स्केल के ऊपर रहता है। I उस पर हम लोग एक्शन है, that is the ratios are between there and there.
Okay. Then we try to get something.
One more. Okay.
Yeah, of course, there have been more smart scientifically very close as well.
Yeah. Not scientifically, very good facts.
So now let's move on. What do you think?
And they worry about it.
And that's really a little bit Einstein. Because first thing you want to know about because scientific made to be resistant to evolutions.
See, we are given that, see, when we say law means it is fundamental. And when it is fundamental, there is no question asked. In a second, okay, a law is a law of gravitation and attraction. Why two bodies are attracted to one, you cannot ask the question. It's a law of gravitation. Okay. So when we talk about as a law, that's a fundamental intrinsic quality of a matter. Okay. Right? What is the intrinsic quality of the matter? That it has to expand. But the ratios remain constant. What is it? The ratios remain constant. They don't change. Now density is the ratio. So density doesn't change. Your mass can change, your volume can change. You know, as we eat more, your mass is increasing, you find your stomach is also slightly raising. Over part, hajam ho jata hai, so you get a gas and the stomach also goes down. So you know, this density is constant. Whether it is human, no, see, what is human density, you know? It is 1.026 something. Okay, and it is constant for a small baby, this thing, for a cow. The density is slightly less than 1. Whether it is chota bachara, shiving, the cow is swimming because of the density factor. So the density remains constant because it's a ratio.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, your theory, sir.
Otherwise, when I बताया it is more accurate from this in consumer significance. I mean, in future they'll have to do it because see, Hubble's constant is created from calculations in deep space, which is earlier universe, but not the present universe. See, supposing there is a celestial body which we have seen, say 100 light years away. By that time, you are not giving current information.
Right.
Okay, current information is from the closer condition. And moon is a closer body. Are you aware of it? And known is influencing every introspect, UV, everyone. They release get the periods based on that. The high tide, low tide, everything is based on moon. Okay. So moon is a very active center. It is not that if I want to say there were some other celestial body came and banged the earth and half of the earth went and came. It is not in there is a two bodies. In fact, there are next book I got, which is almost complete like. Okay, what is the significance of our pods? So, see, our spiritualism. Spiritualism is something in which you cannot ask question. Okay, because it is given to you. If you ask question, then it becomes science. And if you have to reply, it becomes science. But if you cannot ask, now they have addressed the audience which is very well audience. Now, for example, if I explain you Hubble's law, आधा चीजें आपके बुक पर जाएंगे. So I have to make a story in such a way that you understand it easier. And those stories are the various parables and various other जो हमारी stories हैं. तो उन stories का universe के साथ क्या connected है जो मैं next conference करूँ. It is, which you will find that it's the upcoming book. Possibly by about the board. Yeah. So our Vedas have, they are connecting the universe because this religion is our only religion which talks about the universe. Yes. And universe and development of action is given by God. So what is Ganpati? Okay, what is Vishnu? What is this? Inka relation with universe क्या है? That is a great communication that I'm going to share with all as this. Anything else? No favorites.
Sir, this is Chetan, from Suklar Combination and Stitch Working. I just, first of all, congratulations. And I'd like to ask you, how did you arrive and the precise value of the king concept?
Mike, as I said, that this I was saying that the Earth moon is recessing at the rate of 3.8 centimeters per year. Now, this is NASA's fact sheet. You can open it right now on your website and have a look at it. It is 3.8 centimeters per year. It is recessing. And at what distance? Earth moon distance. What is our distance? 3,78,000 kilometers. Now, when 3,78,000 kilometers, you extrapolate to 1 MPC, you get 98.288 kilometers per second. This is how you get. So, it is an extrapolation of Earth moon distance related to the velocity between the moving moon does. So, I can just show it. I was expecting one from the fantastic.
So because it was in this, so inspiring and thank you for making me part of this. I would say, Swallow, I'm not like what I was supposed to class. Okay. Hello. Yes. So sir, my question was when you showed that probably Hubble's constant, and there was one point where that 70 and your it was matching and then it was accelerating. So this number will keep on changing.
That was sequence.
So as of now, it's whatever the value, but it will evolve.
It will look as time will pass, it will accelerate further.
Correct.
And that is what exactly the observations are.
Right.
The observations, if you go into the accelerating universe space, you answer the question there. Is space accelerating? So you get those answers right from the population.
Right. So I think that's what, like 3.8 centimeters of moon is also going to evolve.
Yeah. It is also going to accelerate over a period of time. Not going to be 3.8 all the time, but it's going to be but that period is about maybe about 200 million years.
Right.
209 months.
Right.
For the closer celestial bodies, it might be smaller than the state. I'm talking
At the state, correct.
when you talk about Australia's per MPC.
Correct.
So when you talk per MPC, the जितना distance होगा उसके हिसाब से क्या होगा?
Fixed.
We have इसी को नहीं 98.2 1 MPC इसी को हम उनसे नहीं आपको 3.8 से investment बैठ में
Right. Which got that. So, but these basically when the job people eat, I see the 98, so they get the English.
नहीं मैं वही आपसे कह रहा था कि eclipse of पृथ्वी चल because the ratio बहुत change क्या change हो रहा है? It is moving away.
That is really, the city government from Bali, that I can't go, I do so that.
So there is a common thinking government.
They look at you, the equation, and then this is they are not in the bad names.
So therefore I say that what my theory gives you is that eclipse is perpetual. It would happen all the time. Why? Because when Earth is moving away, Earth is also moving away from Sun, Moon is moving away from Earth. Okay, Moon is expanding, Earth is expanding, Sun is expanding. So the ratios remain constant. Okay, now what you are saying is what the present understanding of cosmology is. What I am giving is that everything is expanding. That is the new law. The new law says that everything is expanding, the space is expanding, Earth is expanding, Moon is expanding, Sun is expanding, and the distance between Sun and Earth and the ratios is going constant. Because they are all operated on new constant. We can discuss this, you can see my book.
I think they can do this operating, or in like stand, you have to bring in all the book.
I think during the next time we'll sit on this and show you in my book how the calculations are made. So that you are, see, at the moment the present understanding is, both of you have to the present understanding is that Moon is going away. And if it is going away, one time will come where eclipses will not be there. And what I am saying is that eclipses will continue to be there in a perpetuity because the ratios are not changing. Okay. All things are expanding. It is not only Earth Moon. They have not measured Moon Earth research. They have not measured Sun Earth research. They have not measured how much Earth is expanding. And I have given in my this thing that 0.64 million per year Earth is expanding. I have given with all proof, with all pictures, everything. I think it's a great learning to put that was magnet.
Land in the
Estimate of it. You can take a bite. You can take a bite.
Astrogenesis research, you have done it, and in a scientific manner, you have explained everything. We are a believer in science because, what these the galaxies which you have named, but what about the astrology, which Rahu, Ketu, and all that? Do you believe in all that? Because Jyotish and Bhavishya and all that. It's a common man's point. Just ask you what's your opinion. Nothing to do with your new spirit, and I wish that you're very proud that if our Indian scientists recently acclaimed international, our father should be get higher. But this is just from famous point of view.
See, astrology is astronomy. Astrology is astronomy because the casting of horoscope is based on astronomy. They are not this. Only interpreting that if this happens with this, if this connects with this, what exactly it keeps on is involved. That interpretation is only necessary, but otherwise it is astronomy. So if you talk about astrology, just like you have got 12 houses, that 360 degrees of the or the zodiac or in our space is divided into 12. So 30 degrees a house. So it is a very scientific astronomy, casted on a paper, and then it is talking about your relation with the world, with the solar system, and solar system because know that building means all population. So you are connected to the universe. You are not wrong. And how does it give you? It says that the moment you were born, you were connected to the universe. The astrology is based on the moment you were born. उसी समय you are connected to the world. You fast like that, you went connected with the universe. So this is astrology. So astrology and astronomy is saying only interpretations. मंगल उसमें गया तो क्या होगा, उसमें गया क्या होता है. But basically मंगल है काम का, that is astronomy.
And it is very dynamic. We do every day. Loan is so then we meet then it's all the stories.
Wait, I think.
Yeah, anything else? Yeah. Madam, we'll take the last question. And then I think if anybody has got anyone question with the lifestyle we can always talk on our the
Myself was Veena, this teacher. When you are saying something is expanding, there must be some reference putting like zero, telling by expandable. So what if reference you have to consider, and if reference changes, does that constantly also change?
Sorry. I'm not following your question. Say the concept.
When you are saying something is expanding, means you are considering zero and then it is starting expanding. There must be some reference.
Point it is expanding.
Yes. So what reference you have considered, and if the reference point will change, then the constant will change or it will be same. Because surrounding planets are different.
See, actually, and we talk about what is right. Say the thing. Well, expansion is intrinsic, unsaid, scans of the Our very other point radius by spontaneously give it to the data. Your products put an effort to living, you need energy to provide and tell. But when it comes to organic matter, it's self-expressed. Tying up in yourself. What he did the cell, opposite is father. No, if you are born from childhood to God, everything in your body is this Parkinson.
So suppose universe you have considered sun as a reference for expansion.
I'm not invested. That is a different concept at how important it is. That again is the large explanation, which is I brought in up with getting the most very well because again you can come and discuss with me all on this stuff. That's what it is. Yeah, but it's very nice.
There are many questions I have to ask, but first I will read the book and then if any questions there I will get back.
It is like space of 25 years. Okay, condensed into 231 days. But very beautifully explained with all its circles. Uske idhar I think are data 210 action. Oh, so you ever look at it, it's very interesting.
So the topic is very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. We started it. Now, young chip.
Nothing.
Just about me. Sit down, he's
Also,
where's the music? I think lawyers like my new bit going about in the carton.
Jerry,
It's a month of yeah.
Sure. And I would like to. So I think Epic has the book with you. Can we have the book launch actually Q3?
With a long English. We can show ice up in this week. Any else should help with your practice of this regard. Haha, we don't know yet.
Charan, I think Sitagram publisher is down GP.
Getting is out. What is it?
उसको आवाज ना हुआ है बाहर जो पड़े लोगों सुधा लोग
Should you got them?
लेकिन सामने सेंटर लोग once again
Ladies, right? They were straight. He's so There's like that.
but you expect.
It's brilliant. Into me, do you get it?
okay so thanks sir
Like, I bet the video is like, it's productive.
So now I hand over to a media person, Shobha ma'am, who's put this whole event together. Vote of thanks from Shobha.
Come on, this will say, student.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to begin by expressing my deepest respect and admiration for Mr. Baldevkrishan Sharma. When I met him for the first time, I knew it was just the beginning of a remarkable journey. His simplicity, humility, and intellectual depth speaks volumes and have truly inspired all of us gathered here today.
The bad something. Fit. 1 minute.
On behalf of the organizing team and the Astrogenesis Research Foundation, I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and everyone who joined us today for this important book launch. A special gratitude to our Chairperson, Dr. Jayaraman, and our guest of honor, Dr. Unveiling, Dr. Mrs. Barve, Dr. Umesh Rathod, and Ms. Nidhi Chaudhary, who is on left for availability. Mr. V.V. Ranganathan, and many other distinguished guests with us today in their insightful words and unwavering support.
It's your table.
My sincere thanks to our dynamic anchor, Mona Menon, Mr. Baldevji and Jayesh Rupare, thanks for giving Midnight Media Solutions this opportunity as the official media partner to make this event truly impactful. To the media, thank you for your presence and interaction today. As this book delves deeply into cosmology, astronomy, and space science, it speaks very, very niche and to a specialized audience. We count on your expertise to ensure that this book reaches those who will truly appreciate and engage with its vision going forward. Your presence and encouragement mean the world to us. Thank you, and let's keep this conversation going with our. Finally, to Mandani Caterers for soul-satisfying food, and Mr. Ajay Soni for beautifully capturing this special moments. And your contribution has made today's event even more memorable. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I'd like to share with you that if anybody is interested in books which are there on the table outside, you can fill up our form and take out experience. It's all free. All these books are hosted on the website. They are available for free reading. Because I want more and more people to miss both here. Therefore, I have not given it yesterday. So you are both right. And read it, understand it, and spread the message out. Thank you very much.